Hey, it's Eric Marcus, and as you can see outside, it's the lavender hour now. It's this beautiful time of morning where the sun is just coming up and the lighting outside is just so perfect. And you know, so many times we are just really busy with some mental task and we think we're too busy to appreciate that, hey, the sun is rising, the sun is setting. It's just beautiful right now. So anyway, even as I'm recording this, I'm noticing how beautiful it is. And just want to say a couple of things. I've already had a full work morning. I got up a couple of hours ago and feel like I've more or less done a full day's work, but I have a little bit of mental energy left and thought I would record this video for you. Got to thinking about 5-10 minutes ago about one of my earliest friends, the kid I used to walk to school with in the first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade. His name's John, and he was very close to me, and he was definitely my best friend growing up. And we've stayed in touch, and he still remains a wonderful friend. But I got to thinking how lucky I was that I had somebody to walk to school with when I was a little kid, and we must have spent, it was a mile walk to school, and we'd always meet up on the way there, on the way home. And I got to thinking how lucky I was to have a really best friend I could walk to school with and just talk about anything to. And you know, that added so much to my life. And what a wonderful thing to have. And I've had so many other great connections in my life, and so many loving people who've really helped me find love and connection and joy. And I feel so lucky about that. And I guess where I'm going with this is that, you know, in adult life, you get caught up in so much bullshit, you know, financial worries and just general bitchiness and nasty people and things breaking, and it's just easy to fall into this mental landscape where just life seems really thoroughly unpleasant, and you live in an unpleasant world. And I think that one of the reasons that animal advocates have it so tough is not only do they have the normal hardships and nastiness of society to confront, but they are keenly aware that just for farmed animals alone, we're slaughtering 10 billion a year, or 9 billion a year. Okay, so the power went out, and now it's about 7:30 in the morning, but I want to finish with what I was saying. And that is, you know, when you feel like you're caught up in thinking about animal slaughter and animal cruelty, or if you're just caught up in other worldly things like relationship BS or money worries, or just any of the things that just come along in life and bum you out and make you feel like, you know, life is just really unpleasant. I think it's really important to reconnect with those moments in your life where you have friendships and relationships and people who love you. And when you go back to that feeling of connection, that feeling of gratitude that you had a friend in the third grade to walk to school with every day. When you can reconnect with that, you know, your relationships with your family, your relationships with your best friend, your relationships romantically, when you can reconnect with those things, it makes all the pain and unpleasantness of thinking about you know, the animals and all of that, it puts it into context. And you realize that most of your life could be, in fact, pretty joyful. You have the choice to think about the wonderful things in your life and the sense of love that you feel, instead of all your fears and all your trauma from the rest of your life. So where I want to go with this is when you notice that your life just seems like really unpleasant, reconnect with the cool things. Reconnect with the relationships you have. Send a letter to the, send an email to the kid you walked to school with back in the 3rd grade. Do those things. And that will bring about a sense of inner calm that will sort of make everything so much more tranquil. And at that point, you can, and only then, once you're coming from a good and happy place, you can really think about, okay, take 15 minutes in the morning and think about, okay, well, what contributions can I make to animal advocacy? What can I do to step things up a notch? And I think when you come from a place of happiness and you spend maybe the first 15 minutes of your morning thinking about how to what you can do to become even more effective for animals. What project can you launch? What efforts can you make? What schools can you leaflet? Once you think about that, for even 15 minutes in the morning, you'll get a sense of, hey, I can accomplish some pretty cool things. And you'll be doing it that's not in a space of trauma and unpleasantness and sadness about the animals. You'll just go out and do your work, you know?